quick review of a new Jura on the block. It's the E8. Hey, it's Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear, and we're just going to go through all the features of the new E8 that's just come out recently from Jura. It's a typical Jura machine with a nice display, and you can scroll through the options of what you can make. And by the way, you can pre-program 3 different coffee drinks and 3 different milk-based drinks, and then hot water portion and just milk portion. So that gives you 8 different programs that you can get into this with. It also has the one touch where over here, if I put my cup under here and I pick like a cappuccino, it's going to make the coffee and the milk right down in. This dial on the front regulates how much foam you're going to get. If you go all the way to the right, you're not going to get any, and all the way to the left is the most. Spouts that go up and down, and both sides go up and down, the same. Back here we've got the bean hopper, which holds 12 ounces of whole beans. Right back here is the adjustment, and we have 6 different settings on the fineness that you can have. We got a pretty light roast here, so we've got it down. Well, speaking of light roast, Farmhouse from Spotted Cow. That's what we're using. The lid has a nice rubber gasket around the sides of it here to keep the beans fresh. Over here is your bypass doser, and in case you didn't know, Jura is one of the only ones that actually lets you put 2 scoops in, and a scoop that comes with it is about a tablespoon. So it knows I opened that. Not enough ground coffee. It's waiting for me to put more in there. It senses that I didn't. And since I didn't put any in, it's going to go back to the original setting. Yeah, back to home. Over here you've got the 2-liter water tank, and since this is right on here, intelligent water system. They now have a filter that you put in here, and there's a sensor that senses when the water filter needs to be changed, sends a message over to here, and it pops up on your digital readout. So it'll tell you, change the filter. You don't have to put it on your calendar and check it and all that kind of stuff. And it's called the Intelligent Water System. The other thing that this machine has is the PEP, and it is Pulse Extraction Process. And how that works is, and when I get it going, you're going to hear it. The pump pulsates, beep, 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 like that, and makes for a better drink according to Jura, but we're going to find out. In the programming for each one of these drinks, you can program the temperature, the volume of the coffee and milk, depending on what drink you're making. And also, one of the other big things about the Jura is, when you get into the programming, watch, let me show you. Look at this, 8 beans. Everything from 5 grams up to 16 grams. So it gives you more options than most of the others. Save. Now we're good. So I say, I'm going to make you a drink so that you can see. And what I've chosen to make today is the flat white. You can actually have a flat white in here, and it's programmed. We already programmed it. Making it into a clear glass so that you can see just how that looks. The coffee, this is truly one touch. The coffee comes out back here, and the milk comes out up here. When you're programming the milk on these, and the volume of the coffee, it's ounces for coffee, and it's actual seconds for the milk portion. So the milk is going to be, we programmed it for 10 seconds, 2 ounces of coffee. At any time, I can get in here and cancel that and say, hey, I got enough coffee, stop. Coffee looks good. Of course, it's got to heat up to a higher temperature to do the milk, which it's going to do. I found it made pretty good foam, actually. With the flat white, it actually produces the coffee first and the milk second. When you make like a cappuccino or a latte, it does just the opposite. Look at that. Looks nice. Coffee down there, milk portion, foam. See what it tastes like. Yeah, it's good. Nice. That's a full-bodied cup of you know, with milk. Sometimes you lose it with the milk. The milk overpowers the coffee. This is good. So, on-off button right back here. These machines do not have cup warmers. You know, the cup warmers, you have to have the machine on for a very long time for it to actually work. Down here is your drip tray. Everything comes out just like this. All comes apart for cleaning. Typical Jura. I found playing around with this, it really filled this thing up. I did about 10 shots before it told me to empty it. These sensors back here, that's what senses that the drip tray's back in. Make sure you keep those clean. The brew unit on the Jura machines does not come out. They prompt you to put a cleaning tablet down here, and we have never had any trouble with that. That's not an issue. Again, you don't want to use oily beans in these machines. It's just important not to do it. And the other thing that this machine has, I forgot to point out the pulsating when it was making it. I'm going to make a cup of coffee, and you'll hear the pulsating when it's brewing. See, we have it programmed for 6 ounces. Strong. Pre-infusion, wait time. It's hard to detect, but it's got a pulsing going on. I'm going to dump that and make an espresso. I'm going to stop that. It's going to stop itself. I want to taste this cup of coffee. This will be the first cup I've had out of this machine. Yep, it's a cup of coffee. It's not like espresso. I want to make a shot. We've got it set for 2 ounces, the maximum on the grams. Hear the pulsing? It's hard to hear. So, that's the E8 from Jura. One touch, got all the features you probably want, not going to break the bank. You know, it's the baby to the Z6 and some of those other machines that they have out there, but I think it does a fine job. For a household that has maybe a couple of 2-3 people, what more do you need? Check it out on our website, E8 from Jura. And comment down below if you have one. Let us know what you think about it. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. I would appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next crew review. Thanks a lot.